let's do this today. I haven't done tags in such a long time and I really like them, so if there's one that you would like to see from me, let me know. I will check it out and do it. It's actually really good to have a few tags just lined up just in case I don't get to upload a week. They're really good to have of the just in case. So today I'm going to be doing the anti-TBR tag. I have seen Chelsea do this. I will leave her video down below. And I thought this is actually really interesting because it's not talking about your favorite books. It's about the ones that you're not going to be reading, the things that you're not going to be reading, what you're not interested in, what you don't like, negative stuff, the stuff I like. Let's just get into the questions. The first one is a popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. There's quite a few actually, and I think it's more of a genre that is becoming a lot more popular, and it's the romantasy stuff. Blech. I'm sorry, it's just not blech, it's blech to me. I avoid romance at all cost. I mean, if a book has romance, it's fine, but it has to be not the main plot or the secondary plot. It has to be, it's okay if it's there, but if it starts to focus a lot on romance, I am not gonna be as interested. I knew that this was gonna happen. As soon as I started editing, I start thinking of books and series that I don't want to read. I have zero interest in reading Fourth Wing, even though it's a genre that I should have loved and it sounds like a concept that I should have liked. I have zero interest. I don't know why, just zero. But a series that I have seen here for a very, very long time that I have no interest in picking up is the A Court of Thorns and Roses, Sarah J. Maas, in general. Zero interest. No, just pulled on the blinds because the sun's coming in and out of the clouds and it's messing everything up. So the second one is a classic book or author you don't have an interest in reading. There's quite a few, and I feel like I'm gonna make some enemies with this answer. I'm really, really sorry. But actually, if you love these authors or books, let me know why. Let's make this a conversation because I am curious. I don't have any interest in it. And I have read one of the, I'm just gonna say it, the first one that I have no interest in reading as a book, apologies in advance, is Little Women. I'm sorry, I'm just not interested. I don't care. I've heard it's beautiful. So many people love it. I have no interest. I also haven't watched the films. I'm not gonna watch them. It just doesn't interest me. I don't know. And the other one, it's one that I have read in the past, but I have no interest anymore. Jane Austen? I'm sorry if those are your favorite authors and books or books that really shaped you, but because I feel like they are for so many people, and so many people love Little Women. I just have never had the interest in picking them up. It might be because a lot of people told me to, and if a lot of people tell me, oh, read this, you have to read this, I'm gonna say no, especially if it's a classic. Zero interest. I don't care. Yeah. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's go for the third one. Let's move on fast. The third one is an author whose books you have no interest in reading, Colleen Hoover. I'm sorry. I just keep hearing horrible things about her books and her as a person. I don't. Also, let's just throw in a certain author that wrote a very popular children's book series that is now a terrible transphobe. Zero interest in reading anything by that person again. I'm gonna go again, Neil Gaiman, someone that I'm never picking up a book of his again. Just all those authors that suddenly came out as pro-genocide, which, what happened? What is happening in the world? Yeah, zero interest. Just no. Oh, that was kind of the second part of the third question. 3.2 is a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. Yeah, I feel like I combined those two answers. I was just so disappointed by so many authors recently that I've just been doing a clear out, and I will be continued to doing a clear out, and I definitely want to have a conversation about problematic authors, especially those that were special to us and what their books meant to us, because maybe they got us into reading like me, or because they helped us through tough times. Definitely, I think the conversation needs to keep going, because after there is this big problematic explosion and everyone comes out and everyone says this person sucks, what they did was terrible, I feel like after a couple of weeks that dies down, and I think it should be a conversation that needs to be continued, especially in a place like this where there's readers coming in and out. There is a conversation that needs to be ongoing and not just stop for a while until the next terrible monster comes out. So definitely I'll be working on a video on that. It's a difficult conversation, but I think it's an important one. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to properly say what I want to say. But, you know, all in all, it sucks. The situation sucks. Number 4 is an author you have read a couple of books from and have decided that their books are not for you. That is an interesting question that I should have thought before starting filming this video. This one's tough, and I think I've kind of answered this before, by Jane Austen. It's someone that I have read before and have no interest in going back, I don't think, at least for now. Agatha Christie is one that I've also read. I feel like so many classic authors I have read because there is a time in your life when you want to read classics and have that highbrow reading experience. That is a whole different conversation. That I really just have no interest in going back and rereading or reading other books by them. Another one that I have zero interest in picking up anything else by him is Murakami. I tried reading and I DNF'd one of his books years ago, and I think I got like 20 to 30 pages in, DNF'd it, and I have had zero interest in picking up anything else by him. Can you stop touching your hair? No. Number 5, a genre you have no interest in or a genre you have tried to get into and couldn't. Romantasy, romance, cutesy. That's it. I really cannot. As soon as a plot starts turning more romance than magic, political intrigue, thrillery, mystery, as soon as the romance starts to take over and that's all the characters talk about and that's all they think about, I lose interest. And I cannot stand it. Am I that cynical? Possibly. Let's not talk about that. Do not ask me those type of questions. As I edit this, I realized that I never answered question number 6, and it is a book you have bought and will never read. And I have 2 answers for this. The first one is actually a book that I bought, never read, and then end up giving it away. And it is Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I bought it thinking that I would read it, that I had interest in reading it. I don't. I don't. And the second one is actually, I didn't technically buy it. This was an inheritance, and it is a little collection of mythology stories. So they're tiny. They're very fragile because they were my great-grandma's. So yeah, I want to read them, but I don't think I will read them in these editions just because I don't want to break them or damage them in any way. Just taking them out of the little box freaked me out a little. The box is a little broken, but yeah, that's it. Number 7, a series you have no interest in reading or a series you have started and DNF'd. Thing is, series are usually, I love this one. Don't get distracted. The thing is, fantasy does tend to go towards series and sci-fi, and I do tend to love those 2 genres that are the ones that go into series. So give me all of the fantasy and sci-fi series. There's more books there and there. There's books everywhere. I think I kind of answered this earlier in the video, but the A Court of Thorns and Roses, anything by Sarah J Maas, I have no interest in reading. The Fourth Wing, that I have no interest in reading, but one that I actually read the original trilogy and new books are coming out now in it. It's The Hunger Games, and I have no interest in reading the new ones. I did read the original one and loved it. I loved the trilogy, but it's just not something that I have interest in. And we are at the last one. The last question is a new release you have no interest in reading. A few of them, yes. There is a new release that I am so excited about. It comes out in October, I think, and it is Mary Lou, but I am very, very excited about that. That's not part of this video, but oh, yes. You know what? There's another genre that I don't usually pick up, and it's memoirs and nonfiction. There's a few times where I pick nonfiction, but it has to be a very interesting topic to me, and it's odd to say, but for example, one that it's about odd numbers, that I liked, I loved actually that book. It has to be like an interest in a topic that I have, but I usually also don't go into that. You know what? I think there's a new book coming out of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That's a series I have no interest in picking up, and it's a new release, the last one, that I really have no interest in it. It doesn't sound something that it would keep my attention. So yeah, that one I don't have intention of picking up. So that's kind of the last question in this one. I don't have interest in the series, but I also don't have interest in the new release. Does that make sense? Again, a lot of people are gonna hate me for that one because it's beloved. God, there's another one that I really want to read, and it's the continuation of Bunny. We Love You, Bunny by Mona Watt. That I want to read. That definitely. Yeah, this video is gonna get deep. I'm starting to talk about the books I want to read and not the ones that I don't want to read, which is the whole point of this video. Oh, Samantha Shannon, I also want to read her. This is a problem. Okay, this is, I think, a sign to stop this video and just end in that. The whole cafe thingy, not for me. Although I love coffee. Not allowed to drink it as much anymore, but still love it. What's popular that everyone's talking about? Intermezzo. Oh, yeah, no, I DNF'd that one. I will talk about that in a reading vlog that I am going to be posting in a few days. So yeah, there's so many new releases. Skimming through them. So I have no interest in a lot of them. I feel like it just goes back to what I said earlier. The rise of romantasy and romance is something that I have no interest in, and there is a lot that is being published that I'm not gonna pick up. So yeah, that's it. I need to stop scrolling. This is going to be the end of this video. This was actually fun, a little bit of thoughtful introspection about what I don't want to read, what I don't like. Let me know what is one genre that you just do not reach for, you do not like, you have tried maybe, cannot get into. I'm curious to know that. If you haven't done this tag, I tag you formally, you have been tagged, you have to do this now. But if you don't want to leave any comment or just don't want to say anything, just leave me a random emoji, whichever one you want. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Please tell me the mic was on.